Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Super excited today because today is the day that I should be getting the McLaren F1 MP4. Of course, Ayrton Senna's F1 car from 1988 that some would consider to be the golden era of F1 or motorsport. I mean, it is definitely one of the eras that I most remember fondly, just because of it was a different sport back then, to be blunt. You know, a lot of those cars from those times, we had no power steering, we had no traction control, any of that good stuff, and you really did have to fight the car to get it to do what you wanted to do, which is pretty much why Nigel Mansell was such a great driver, to be honest, and why he wrestled that Williams car into submission, because he had that strength to be able to wrangle those cars of that era. I've done the grinding. The grinding has been done, and we're going to buy some cars today. I think I've got 18 million. I'm just setting the stream up with a nice image of our prey for today. So without further ado, and no more chit chat, let's dive in and have a look at our coin total. The observant of you will see that we are rocking the Honda Beat 91, which means we of course have been grinding the Daytona track after doing the AFK grind. We've now got enough credits. Last week I noticed the McLaren came into the Legends store. I've picked up a few of these cars. I'm hoping I've got enough money left from today's grind to buy the Ferrari. So I don't know, I might be a bit short. My maths, I've been coding pretty much all day today, which I'll tell you about after. Actually, it's related to the F1 simulations, but yeah, this is what we're going for. McLaren, this has been flagged for a long time. I need it to do one of the books. And already I'm getting distracted by this Toyota, because we're going to lose this today. I'm thinking maybe I should buy this if I can't do any of the books. I mean, we'll buy this first because 12 million is going to probably shoot us up to collect a level 70, I would have thought. And then, yeah, we can see if there are any other goodies that can come our way. I've never seen this Mazda before either. There's a couple of cars that have come in that I've never seen before that are in the store. I'm waiting for the other Mazda, the one that everybody loves, to come back in the store. But yeah, I've got a load of money, but it's going to go really quick once we buy it. So yeah, here we go. The McLaren MP4 for 1988 for 12 million credits. I'm told this is an absolutely beautiful car to drive in VR, so I might stick the VR on a little bit later. I do want to do a bit of VR, mainly because I've heard that the Flight Sim, MS Flight Sim 24, has released a beta version, or a beta version, as I would call it, recently. So yeah, I might get the old VR headset out, because it would be rude not to hit the tarmac of Spa with this car once we spend our 12 million credits. So we're going to do the untick of the add to wish list and the moment of truth. Let's get this bad boy purchased. There we go. Feels so good finally having it in the garage. And yeah, let's see what our collector level goes up to. It's got to hit 70 surely. 12 million. Yeah. I'm hoping we get we really need the Ferrari invite. That's what we're missing. Like, we've got every single invite in the game now, and we're still missing Ferrari. So we've got some new cafe menus. Oh, we've got the Ferrari! Oh, forget about it. Right, that's what we wanted. We finally got the Ferrari. This is the last one. Like, I was convinced surely we were going to get the Ferrari with this. Right, okay, so I don't know, is this max level now? 70? We absolutely are going to get in the car. I don't know whether we can have a look around this. I guess we will. Just wondering where. I'm trying to remember now. Is it escapes that we go to have a look around it? I think there's like a VR mode that we will most definitely have a closer look at this this beast of a machine. Let's have a look. Can we do something here? There we go. Right, let's have a quick look in the easy escapes mode. Beautiful, look at that. Beautiful. So pleased. It almost feels like I've completed the game today, getting that Ferrari menu as well. It's just made me think that I've got the invite now, because I'm over level 50, I've got the invite for it. So, you know, we may as well take full advantage of that. I do believe I'll get another one of these as well if I do one of the licenses. I think somebody told me, so we could potentially put a different livery on this when the time comes. But yeah, we've got it. We've got the car, and our car collection is now 276. So we've done so much grinding this last few weeks that we haven't been racing. We've been grinding essentially. Right, let's go and have a quick squiz at the Ferrari. So we've got the Lambo invite, we've got the Pagani invite, we've got the Ferrari, we've got the Porsche, and we've got the Bugatti, and we've got the Citroen. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe that is a full house. So there are 3, I think, that we can buy where we need these invitations. So 3 cars that we can now buy that we need for menus. So I don't know. I think we're probably going to buy these 2 just because they're such iconic cars, and it means we're going to do one of the books. So you know, we're gonna have about 2 mil left. So I don't know. Maybe. I always like to buy things that are going to go away, so part of me does think maybe we should buy the F50, but we might have a bit of time left on this. The other one is this one, so I'm thinking if we could get the 2 Ferraris and this before this goes away, and then, you know, we're pretty clean then. We can do some more grinding to get the Shelby and the other one, because these will be here for a few weeks or a few days at least. I'm just having a look, see if we got any legend cars. So I'm pretty much buying whatever car I want these days. If I need it and it's in here, I'm buying it. I got the RUF yesterday. I'm looking forward to driving this one actually. I'm not driven. I don't drive many of these RUFs because they're essentially Porsche chassis with another manufacturer's guts in. At least that's how I've understood it. I did buy a Lamborghini Countach the other day, so we've already got one of those, but we will buy that, and of course the famous Lamborghini Diablo in yellow, sunset yellow, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I might have made that up, but yeah, we'll probably get this and this, and then I think the only other one is the Ferrari Dino, the BMW M3. I think there's another BMW. Yep, the CSL Classic. That is a classic I want to say 70s. It's got to be like a 70s BMW, that, hasn't it? I believe that is from the 70s. Right, let's take a closer look at our extra menus. So this is why I think we're going to buy those two Ferraris, because we should be able to complete one of the sets. No. Yeah, we can't complete the set. Okay, so maybe we're not in a rush to get the Ferraris. I thought they were all part of the set, but we've got some that are out of stock. So yeah, I mean, we can put a dent in it. I don't know. I'll have a think. Maybe we buy the Mercedes Benz. It's in Legends cars. Maybe that's the way we go, because we get a non-engine roulette wheel. So those are the ones I like the best. The non-engine. We did get a new book, but obviously we can't do anything with it because everything is out of stock. So yeah, I guess the Mercedes Benz is what we're going to be buying. And you know, these Ferraris, we got the F50 and the Enzo, and then this one is the LaFerrari. I'm just questioning. Oh, we do need the Legend. Okay, so that does make sense then. So we do need that one that's in Legends. And it's about the only cars that we can get. Where's that Shelby? That's in the Legends as well. Although I think that Shelby is like ridiculously priced. Oh no. Oh no, it's that. That's the one. I mean, 20 million. I don't know. Maybe that'll be the next thing that we grind for. I kind of think I need to buy this. I'm intrigued by this actually. This Mazda. That's, I don't even know what is that all about. Is this like a 70s DeLorean attempt or something like that? I've never seen that before. So yeah, I don't know. What should we get? Was it the Shelby that we needed? I think if we're going to complete that book, let's just go and double check it. I think if we're going to complete the book and get a roulette wheel, we may as well get the Shelby. So it's not the Shelby. Hang on a minute. I'm sure we had one that we were going to complete. Oh, it's the yeah, so it's not the Shelby that we need, it's the Mercedes. Well, we're not going to be paying 20 million for a car today, that's for certain. So I'm kind of thinking that we will go and I think we'll go and get that car that's going to be out of stock. Because I don't want to lose that. I don't want that to be gone and then we've got to wait for that to come back. Just thinking, could we get all the? Oh no, we wouldn't be able to get all the Ferraris anyway. Just thinking. Do you know what? We're gonna go and get that car. We got plenty of grinding we can do. I don't want to lose this. I'm collecting all the cars anyway. So. Yeah, I think we are max level, so we cannot go any higher than that. Right, so let's go and have a look at the Ferraris. So I'm just thinking, if we went and got these bad boys, do we have enough now? Oh yeah, we're just a tad under, so we could buy that one, and then we need a little bit more to get that one. But I don't know. I always like the Enzo. I think, you know, that's the classic one, isn't it? But there's no rush really on that. I think maybe waiting until we could get the Lambo. We don't need that for anything, but I'm sure it's a pretty beast of a car, the Veneno. I think that's one of the ones that people quite like, isn't it? But most people say the Porsche is the best. I've had this Porsche in bike for so long. Like I had it when, which one is it? There we go. The Carrera. So I've had this for quite a while now, long time. I mean, maybe we go to Brand Central or second-hand car dealership and just see if we've got any in here that are about to be limited. So anything limited, I think we are going to buy. We got the RUF yesterday, so we don't need to do that really. I wonder if they're ever going to change like the collector level to be higher than 70. I didn't know we were going to max out at that. It does make me a bit apprehensive about whether to carry on buying cars if we are at max level. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what the what people's thought processes are on that. I mean, we're going to have to get these. I think these are the two that we're going to be grinding for next. So I don't know. It makes sense to maybe start getting these, and then we will carry on with the grind to get the other one, because we do not want to miss these. They're going to be in the store for a bit. That's why I ended up buying the Toyota, because once they're gone, you got to wait a while for them to come back. And I'd already missed a car yesterday or 2 days ago that I left, and it went past midnight, and then I ended up losing it. Right, shall we go and have a look what this car looks like then? So the MP4 Senna's Marlborough McLaren from 1988. I believe he won the championship that year. I think Prost was second. And if you've not watched the Senna, I mean, if you like motor racing, you're going to have watched it. But if you haven't watched Senna, then I definitely recommend it. It's quite I mean, it's a difficult watch, to be honest. It is a difficult watch. I'm not going to pretend it isn't, because of everything that happened. But yeah, he won it. He won in '88. I think that I think he was in Lotus. Wasn't Senna in Lotus initially? The old camel yellow Lotus originally. But yeah, let's have a look. I'm looking forward to seeing this in VR. People tell me it is an absolute beaut. But there she is. We'll just do a few laps. Hey up, we got another McLaren there. I mean, we are getting it solely because of its iconic nature. I don't know how these cars stack up against the brand central ones that we can buy. I've bought a few of these, or the brand central ones, and put them in McLaren liveries. So I don't know how. Oh man, I'm doing a shocking job. Right, let's get into the cockpit then. This is where this car apparently really shines in VR. So I will probably don the old VR headset a bit later on and see how it is. And this car does tend to do that. It does. It is a bit of an handful, I've been told. So, you know, we're not bothered about winning this race, which is a good thing, really, because yeah, we're not doing too well. You only have to hit the grass with this, and it's like an ice rink. But yeah, it's iconic And yeah, I'm going to talk a bit while I'm driving around here. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the AI races. So one of the things I might start doing is some AI historical races in Assetto Corsa. So I'm thinking about downloading all the mods. I bought the full version on PC the other day, so I am thinking about getting that all set up and then do some classic races from days gone by. And yeah, that, as I said before, for me, that 80s era, I mean, there are a lot of sports where when I think, there we go, we've lost again. There's a lot of sports from that era where it was sort of like the golden era. Another one, of course, the yeah, man, it does like to spin out, this car. Yeah, there is a lot of sports from that era, namely snooker as well, that was fondly looked back on as the golden era with all those guys: Dennis Taylor, Steve Davis, Alex Higgins, Ray Reardon, Doug Mountjoy, Cliff Thorburn, Tony Knowles, all those guys. And it's the same with F1: Nelson Piquet, Nigel Mansell, René Arnoux, Derek Warwick, Ayrton Senna, Alan Prost, Nelson Piquet, Niki Lauda, of course. So yeah, I'd like to recreate some of those eras. And what have I been doing recently? So after work today, I mean, I did a little bit of this last night. This is why I haven't been on very much lately, because I've been trying to get some ideas about how to make the AI races a little bit better. At the moment, I just put the leader on all the time, which is a bit boring. So somebody commented and said, look, why are we watching the same driver? You know, there's a lot more going on. And yep, they are right. There's a lot of other things that we could do. So I started looking into the telemetry data that is available in the F1 game, and I'm told other games like Assetto Corsa also allow you to spit this out. Now, because I'm a coder, I'm a developer, I created a little bit of PHP code. So I've got a race running on my PC at the moment in Miami. Got the Miami Grand Prix running, a full race, and I've got my PHP script sat there listening to the telemetry data and recording it. So I've got a script that basically records all of the data from the AI race. So for example, car 3 overtakes car 4 and is now in first position. So it's tracking all of that from the telemetry data, pit stops, what's been replaced, who's collided with who, retirements, top speeds, all that good stuff. It's sat there collecting all of that data. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that into some hotkey software, and it will hopefully sit over the top of the replay when I record the replay into a video. It will change what's happening with the replay to the action that it's recording during the race. So if a player pits in, it will go to that car, and then also change through the different views. So those AI races should be a lot better. I'm also contemplating using AI to replicate my voice to act as commentary, or initially just don't be lazy and just do the AI voice, or just do the voice naturally myself. So that's going to be super exciting. It's going to be doing the same AI races. So when the Miami one comes, we'll do a simultaneous AI race using those AI scripts that I've been creating today in PHP. So, but yeah, it's really good. The game runs on my PC, and then I've got my MacBook that is running the telemetry data. It is running a lamp stack, or a MAMP stack. In my case, I'm using a MacBook with MAMP to run PHP, Apache, and database. So yeah, I'm really big into AI. I mean, obviously, if you've watched the channel before, you know I'm big into investing. And although I sold all of my Nvidia stock the other day, I am waiting for a re-entry. But yeah, I've been using Google's Gemini. I subscribe to Gemini now. I've been using it to test videos out, and what I'm trying to do is to sort of link using AI to augment the gaming, or in my case, I've always been really big into artificial intelligence. So way back in the day, when I was just starting out in my career, really, I was always coding various things, and coding games. So I bought a couple of books from an author called Andre Lamoth. So one of them was called The Tricks of the Game Programming Gurus, and I've still got that book in the garage, and it taught me how to create games. So I had a few games created in the 90s using a C compiler called DJGPP and Allegro. A guy named Sean Hargreaves created Allegro, and you may recognize that name because I believe he created a couple of games for the Super Nintendo back in the day. But yeah, I was really big into artificial intelligence. There used to be a game way back in the 90s called RAS. I'll lie if I remember what it actually stands for, but what you used to be able to do with RAS is create your own AI. You'd create an AI car and driver, and then you would pit them against other people, and you'd be able to see the race replays as a top-down view. And you'd create the AI for your car in RAS, and then you'd submit it ready for the race, and then everybody would submit their car, and you had to write conditions for collision detection and all these other things, grip, how to take corners, how to overtake. And yeah, it was a really good game, and I used elements of RAS back in the 90s to create a couple of top-down racing games, and creating the artificial intelligence of the other drivers was always the part that really interested me. I wasn't worried about creating beautiful graphics or anything like that. It was all down to trying to make sure that the AI cars that I coded back then acted like real world drivers, and this is what I'm hoping to sort of revisit again. I've spent probably two days this week creating these scripts in PHP, and I'm probably gonna do an upload of just like a 5 or 10 lap Grand Prix just to see proof of concept, really. And then later on we'll be putting over the voiceovers, so it becomes more like a real broadcast of an AI race. But yeah, that's the plan, that's the sneak preview. And yeah, it'll be a mixture. At the moment we're using the F1 game on the PC, but yeah, I really need to get back to looking at modding Assetto Corsa, because although it's old, that's a good thing when it comes to modding. It's the same with like Madden. When I've downloaded mods, that the older games usually have got more mods because obviously they've been around for a lot longer. So it's always sometimes better to go with the older games that have got more mods or more support. This is why I tend not to buy a new game that's re-released, like a new version of Civ, because it's kind of like reinventing the wheel. You don't need good graphics for Civ, really, and a lot of the older games have got all of the enhancements and DLCs and things that you really don't need to. You really don't need to be spending the money on a brand new game that ends up being bare bones. This is like sort of what happened to Madden when it came out on the 360 and the PS3. That the reason a lot of people hate those early Maddens, because the PS2 Maddens reached this pinnacle of perfection, and when they launched the new games on the new systems, they were very much starting again with features. And I mean, I've still not forgive EA for not just launching what we had on the PS2, but with new graphics. I'd have even settled for them just saying, like, we're not going to do a massive update. We're just going to do some textures for the first couple of years, and then, keep the base of the game in place. But I don't know. It's all about money for those guys, isn't it? It's not about... This is the problem with gaming now. I was thinking about this the other day, about how Xbox has kind of been ruined, and a friend of mine was saying, yay, PlayStation beat them, and I said, this is not a good thing. It is not a good thing to be to have a company that has then got a monopoly on anything, because this is why Madden has failed, because there is no competition. So it's like when you hate your job and you just do enough not to get fired, you're not enjoying it. And what do they call it? This is this new name that they call it. What is it? Quitting, I think, is what they call it. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, that's coming to the channel soon. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to doing those. So what I might do is just do a simple one initially. I might do Australia or Spa just as an example, because I'm more familiar with the corner names, because I do want to add a little bit of colour. What do they call it? Colour commentary, where it's a bit more, it's less robotic. You're not just saying car A is overtaken car B and is now in X. You're actually saying this. You're just adding a bit of colour to it, so that it sounds more interesting than if you were just sort of reading a script. So yeah, and I've used, as I said before, I've used Gemini to help me create these scripts to read the data. It was so difficult the way that the data's packaged. It was so difficult, sort of trying to get it to do what I needed to do. But I eventually sort of got it. Just about an hour and a half after work, I managed to get it working. I tried all night last night to do it. I just couldn't do it, and it was such a relief. And like I said, it's there collecting all the data now. All the telemetry data has been recorded. PHP sat there. It's on the PC, and then it's spitting all the data out to my web server on my MacBook. And then later on, I'll be storing that in a CSV file, and then I'll be using AI then to create a priority list, so that it will go right. If a car in second place overtakes the first place, then the leadership changes. That's going to be the highest priority. So we switch to the car in second place on the replay, and then we change the camera view to be the in-car view. And then when some other event happens, like the third player pits in, we switch to the pit, and then so on and so forth, to create more of a dynamic replay of the AI race. I'm looking forward to the F1 26 DLC as well. Of course, EA are not releasing an F1 26 this year. They're just going to be releasing a DLC pack. I'm assuming it's going to be late because of these 2 cancelled Grand Prix, because they like to make sure they've got all the data. So at the moment, it's a bit annoying that my races are being dominated by McLaren and Ferrari, whereas of course this year it's Antonelli and Mercedes that are the team to beat. So I might just do some tweaking to see if I can find out in game how I can sort of do some tweaking maybe to some of the other teams. I don't know if that is possible, but it would be quite nice to maybe try and give Antonelli and Team Mercedes a little bit of an edge, so in those AI races we do get more of a chance of seeing a more true to the F1 this season, with what seems to be Mercedes dominance. So yeah, definitely looking forwards to seeing where that goes. So if you are interested in seeing that when it comes, remember to hit that subscribe button, and you will know when that video, or the first test video, will go live. I'm just gonna have a quick look actually at the data just to see. I'm just on my phone, so I can view it on my phone as well. I mean, I might even turn this into a sort of a web page maybe. I was thinking maybe, I mean, we're already into the F1 season, it's a bit disjointed this year, but if this works next year, I might actually record what happens in my AI races separately, because I want it to be authentic. I want it to be as close to reality as possible, and to run this separate AI interpretation of what happens in the season, and doing qualifying and sprints and all that other good stuff, because it's all part of F1. I don't generally do that stuff when I'm just doing a race, but when I do anything like a franchise in Madden or a full career modes, I do tend to like to do the full experience, let's say, and do everything rather than simulating. I mean, I do simulated Madden, but when it comes to racing, I'd rather do the whole I was going to say the head, the tail, the whole thing from Jaws, but yeah, definitely looking forwards to that. I'm a bit beat today, pretty tired. Had a long day at work, trying to sort through some old servers, and also of course keeping an eye on what's happening in the financial world, and the everything that's happening with the war. I think the stock market has had a bit of a boost again today, which is great. I was hoping for another dip, but honestly, to be honest, I just want this all to end now. I want it all sorted and get back to some stability, and we've had enough drama. Anyway, let's go and have a look at shall I go and have a look in the garage? I just want to see what my most recent cars are, just so that I can show data acquired. There we go. So we've got the Toyota GR2, so that's another big PP car that we've got. I mean, that's getting up there in PP now. We got the Elantra to do the weekly. We've got the Supra. Got a crappy old Honda Civic there. There's their RUF. I think that's our only RUF that we've got. We bought the D-Type the other day. I still haven't used that. Really looking forward to giving that one a go as well. I believe we won that one, the Avon time. We got the Z4. We've got we won this as well. We won the another SRT Tomahawk, but in a different colour. That was nice. That was a nice surprise to win that. A couple of Maseratis there. We got the Mitsubishi Lancer. I mean, you can see just how many cars that we bought recently. We got the McLaren. I think that was the free one we got. Got the Corvette. Penzel. There's the Veyron. I think this is one of the invite cars. Got the Hyundai. So yeah, I mean, I think we've definitely been earning our keep. Let's say in the last month or so. Just trying to see. So yeah, here are the F1 cars. Actually, I might just sort. If I sort it by PP, I'd have a quick look to see how this looks compared to the other ones. So these ones, of course, are the ones that you can buy. These were $1 million each. So you can see there that I've bought 5 of them at the moment. So the F1 500 TA is pretty much an 80s style F1 car, but you can tell that it's subtly different. We've obviously got the McLaren there. It's slightly underpowered compared to these ones, so we might need to try and maybe tune these down if we wanted maybe to have a race with that and these, and then if we can tune these down so they're around the same spec as this, it might mean then we can change this one to be maybe the Lotus Minardi I think Brabham is one of the other ones as well, and then yeah, get a 1980s F1 style race on the go. And there's the other Tomahawk. So obviously I think we've got some extra tuning on this one, but we've got a couple of we've got 3 Tomahawks now, so definitely nice having those. And then we've only got 1 Super Formula. We do need to pick another one of those up. And then we've got the two Red Bulls. There's the Hyundai. Where's that one we bought today? That's the one, isn't it? The Toyota. I might give that a go, actually. I might just have a quick browse in this car and see how this one feels. And then I might have to have a bit of a rest, see how that race goes, and then I need some food. I haven't eaten all day today. I'm a bit my belly's growling at me. But yeah, we'll see how this feels. Pretty responsive. And then yeah, we'll carry on doing some grinding once we finish up this video. So I might do that as part of this. Maybe leave the stream running while we do some grinding on this track. Funnily enough, this is where the magic happens. So I might show you how I get it set up. So we can carry on grinding to try and buy those other remaining cars that we need. I mean, we're still a ways off getting every single car in the game. I think somebody said there's like 700, 800 cars. So We're probably about a third of the way through. So it's going to take a bit of a while. I mean, I might just, if I do another grind, I might go through and just have a general grind buying some of the cheaper cars, just to knock some of the super cheap ones off, and you know, might put a big dent. Might put a big dent in everything. Just thinking whether or not we should just buy one of those legend cars while we're here. Just thinking maybe we buy the Shelby, or we buy this one. I think these are what we're going to buy next. Pretty sure. Or while we've got this here, should we just grind to get this? Maybe that's what we do. Like, we've got, it took so long though doing the grinding. It's like it is a bit crazy. Right, I think we'll start a grind off. So what we're going to do is just going to go in, get into our Honda Beat. I love this car, by the way. I've been enjoying this this Nissan Silvia in gold. Very nice car. Ignore the pink LFA. I do regret choosing that colour now, to be honest. I don't know why. I always go with yellows and reds for some reason. I think I'm just used to our beautiful Honda Beat. So we do need to change the oil. So first of all, we're going to go in and change our setting to be our slow. And then we better go in and give her a cheeky little oil change. So we look good otherwise. So yeah, I'm just going to go in and just show you quickly what I do to set it up. So I mosey on over to Daytona International Speedway, and then I go down to the custom race, go to the tri-oval, and then we go and load our settings. So here we go, we've got our AFK setting, and you can see there just above the arrow we're at 426. So because I don't want to keep babysitting this today, I'm going to go and set it to 40. You do get diminishing returns after 30, and then what I like to do is just turn the slipstream off and turn the rules off, and then we're going to go into start race. And to get it all set up before we end up taping our controller, we have to go in and change the options for the controller. So we go and change the vibration off like so, and then we go and change the motion to be the steering to be motion, and then we change the R1 button to be our nitrous button, and then that is the control all set up. And then all we then need to do is go into the settings and change our sheet to fast, and we should still preserve our credits of 530, and we're ready to start the race. I've got to go and tape my controller so that the accelerator is pressed. So what happens is I put some sellotape above the triangle button that keeps the R1 and R2 pressed, wrap it around the controller, and then I lift the edge up to the left. I mean, let me try it actually. Let me see if I can do it. I've got to go and get my other pad to do it, so I don't know whether it's going to kick me out of the stream or not, because yeah, we're still logged in there. So what I'm going to do then is I am now going to start the race. So I've got my controller sellotaped up. So we're going to start the race, and then what I do is I hold down the brake, and then I get it to the sidelines like so, take the brake off, and then I let it angle slightly against this wall, and Bob's your uncle. Go and watch TV, and when I come back we should be 500,000 richer. I'm going to leave this running for a bit and have a bit of a break. So if you want to watch it for a bit, be my guest, and I'll be back very soon. Right, let's go and have a look. So we've got the 5mm now, so we should be able to go and buy another couple of things. So yeah, 5mm. I think what we'll do is we'll just I might just kick off another cheeky one. I didn't notice whether I got the clean lap time then, but things were all set up. I've got to eat in a minute as well, so it'd be a shame not to do a couple more cheeky laps and then buy some more cars later on. I did hit a bit of a stumbling block with the AI stuff I was talking about. Apparently EA's anti-cheat software doesn't like me using auto-hotkey, so it's like every time I find a way of doing something, there's always something stopping me. And it's not like I'm cheating or anything, I'm just doing a replay. I just need to. So the problem I had was because the order would change, I would need to maintain state of how to cycle through the cars because the order keeps changing and you can't. I thought you could press a button like number 6 will take you to car 6, press shift and 6 will take you to car 12, but alas no, that apparently does not exist in the F1 game. So yeah, kind of back to the drawing board because it won't allow me to run auto hotkey. So I can't create the script, which I thought was going to be the easy part. Once I've got the syntax down, I thought that, you know, we're over and dry there, but apparently not. I'm told you can bypass it, so overtake.gg, but there is a file you can download, but it is behind a paywall, so I always like supporting people that provide things. So yeah, I think I might do that later or tomorrow, and then hopefully we can run auto hotkey. And one of my worries was having to press like down or up loads of times, but what the idea I had was I could always reset it by always going back to pole. So if I know that the key when I'm moving somewhere, the origin is pole position. So all I need to do is to reset it is to press the up key 22 times, but try and do it as quickly as possible, like 10 milliseconds, so that all of this is happening within a second, and then I'm going to the car that I want. So if I'm currently looking at car 8th position, and I need to go and look at car, say Max Verstappen, who's currently in car 6, I need to know what the key press is, and because the car I'm on could have already changed, I can't maintain that state in a script. So every time I move to another car, if I know Max is in position 6, but I don't know where I am, all I need to do is to press up 22 times and down 6, and I should be on Max. And then when I need to go to position 3, I press up 22 times and down 3, and I should always be able to track it. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do this, but it isn't without having to jump through a couple of hoops. And this is all good stuff. I think I'm going to do a video after of the thought process, just because it's quite a cool thing to do. And you know, I kind of like the I mentioned before about the thrill of the chase, trying to chase things to get to see if I can get something working, or see if I can achieve something. So you know, on that regard, it's been productive. But I just wanted to do like a five lap race today, just to see if I could do it. But now I've got to jump through a few hoops. I mean, we haven't got Miami until next week, so does give me a little bit of time. I'm a bit busy the next couple of days, got some things on, but yeah, we will see, and hopefully we can sort of get past those hurdles and get a proof of concept video uploaded, and then yeah, go from there. Right, there we go. I think that is enough. That is enough grinding for tonight. I don't want to be too greedy. And we did get a clean race bonus, so very, very pleased. Very pleased with that. So I think tomorrow we'll probably have a good old session. Just leave it going all day to see if we can get that 20k to get that car. But man, I just love spending money too much in this game. You know, collecting all the cars, and man, I want to get those Ferraris. I mean, I'm gonna have to get the one that's on the marketplace. I'm just gonna have another look here just to make sure we are not going to be losing any cars with limited stock or anything like that, because it does really gut me. I wonder if we'll ever get to like 99. I reckon we must be able to get to 99 at some point, but guess we will see. I'm really intrigued buying this car, but you know, all of our money will be gone. I'm thinking maybe we buy a couple. I mean, now I'm looking at the money, I'm like, am I really that desperate to start buying stuff today? I don't know. I think what I should start doing, as I said before, is maybe start picking the low-hanging fruit from some of these cars. So, you know, I don't know if we get like any trophies for buying all the cars in any of these categories, but you know, we've got a bit of low-hanging fruit in some of these, like, you know, Corvette 85k, 300k. So, I mean, we're a ways off from getting all the way up, but yeah, there's a couple of cheapy ones here. Got a fair few of these, but yeah, I guess we will. We'll wait and see. Let's go and have another look at these Ferraris then, because we probably could go and buy our two LaFerrari and the Enzo, and have a little bit of money left. I think that might be what we'll do. You know, I'm gonna get these two, but I'm just thinking about that one on Brand Central. I wouldn't want to miss out on that. So, I mean, what are we? 2, 4, so 1.8 left. We could buy the biggie, but I don't know, man. I really want to get one of these, but I don't know how long those are the ones on the Brand Central are going to wait. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we do hold off for now and carry on with the grinding. I'm just worried that we're gonna miss out on some of these. I don't know how this works either with Legends cars, whether or not, you know, they change price over time. I mean, these only recently come in. I mean, we should probably buy this funky looking 600k Mazda at some point. I mean, it's only just come in. I don't know. Problem is, as soon as this bad boy that has been on for a while gets delisted, I'm probably going to be crying, because they are apparently supposed to be pretty good, and we did buy the D-Type recently, so I wouldn't want to miss out on this. It'd be cool to get a few of these and do some like old style races with loads of these, but I don't know. I think we've got a little bit of time with these, but you know, we're looking at 25k. It says special picks. I mean, grinding 12k, 12 million was hard enough. Doing 20, I don't know. It does make me feel a little bit worried. We've also got this Porsche Carrera GTS as well. I'm wondering actually. Let's go and check. Let's go and check the marketplace real quick, because I'm wondering. I want to just check these menu books again to see what we're missing. So we've got the Shelby. There's the Aston Martin. We got the, so that's the Ferrari. So we know we can do that one. And then we've got the F50. So where's the Porsche? So it probably isn't the Porsche then. Yeah. That's interesting. So why is it that I need this Porsche? And I'm just thinking out loud. Oh no, it's not flagged. That's why. It's not flagged. Kind of think we'll buy that at some point. So yeah, I mean, it's just going to gut me to miss out on this if we did. But 20 million, I don't know. Is it worth it? These Haggerty cars. All right, mate. What do people say about this? Let's have a quick look. I do need to eat in a minute. GT7 196 R 55. Yeah, 3 months. So how long are cars? "12 days. Yeah, it's trying to find out when they are gonna go. "10 more days. Porsche Carrera 993. Starting to think that maybe our servers are a bit different. Or is that the used car? Last day. Okay, yeah, that's used cars. We want legends. Where do we see the legends? Used car. Haggerty. Here we go. Oh my days. 5 days. Right. And the Carrera is 3 days. I mean, the McLaren was going in 2 days, so we've got 5 days. Yeah, so we're going to be able to grind that in 5 days. And then the Carrera is only 3 days, so we're probably going to want to buy this Carrera at some point, but I'm reasonably sure that we've got the ability to get this in 5 days. So I'm just thinking maybe we buy this so we don't lose it. Then we buy that, and then we should have a bit of time. I'm just going to see where the Shelby is. Didn't see it when I just checked. No estimate available. Yeah, so those don't have an estimate yet. So yeah, I think that's the plan. I don't think we're going to spend any more money tonight. I think what we'll do, save our pennies up to make sure that we don't miss out on that, because it's supposed to be a pretty fine car, and we can't build any books anyway. What I might do, just because I knew that there were some cheaper cars on here, I'm just going to buy a couple of cars just to scratch the evening itch. So we got that one, and then I don't think I'm going to spend that much money. I'll wait till they're nearly going. Probably buy that one, 148. It's a bit much. I don't want to spend that. It's an ugly looking car. I think I'll wait to the very last minute for that one. Let me just have a look to see. I'm sure there was a car that I really wanted to get. In one of these. It disappoints me that we don't have a lot of those smaller cars. It's like mini, like we've only got like one mini or two minis. We will buy this one at some point. I do quite like that. It is quite nice. And then the Volkswagen. So yeah, we got a little. That's what I mean. It's like got a nice white Volkswagen there. GTI. It's got to be a black Golf, hasn't it? It's got to be a black. It's got to be black. That's what I think about, man. When I think about a Golf GTI. That black with a red trim. It's what we all wanted back in the 90s. Back in the day. Back in the day. So what else have we got here? Oh, that's interesting. It's quite nice. Might buy that at some point. So look at the Jags. I'm sure there's this GR3 car. I think this is the one that I was looking at the other day. It's quite a nice looking specimen. I always like to see which cars are in here that match. Hello, what's that? Showroom. Oh yeah, we got two that we can buy. We got the Vulcan and the 17711. So I think that was the other GT3 car that I was thinking about. I do like that one though. GR4 can be fun sometimes. Fun can be had. Fun can be had. Where are these cheap cars, man? I was convinced there were like some super cheap. There we go. That's what I'm on about. This sort of deal. Should we go? Let's go with the grey. Deep black. There we go. Get a few more black cars. The old Renault Clio. I might have had a pretty nice example of a Renault Clio in the late 90s. I'm sad like we don't get no Lotus in the game. Do like a Lotus, gotta be honest. Should go to the blue. Oh, that's quite nice. Orange Fusion, eh? We don't have many blue cars. We don't have many white cars either. I'm just like Bianca White, Nimbus Grey. Let's go with the orange. Doing 30k, so a nice bit of a variation. Don't have many orange cars, so it'll do. It'll do. Do we have any others? 46k. Yeah, we might as well go and get one of these, don't we? Oh, that's pretty nice, isn't it? That red one. Peugeot. Should we go all white? Do you know what? I'm gonna go all white on this one. There we go. Right, I think on that note, I think I'll leave this stream there. But yeah, we finally got the Marlborough McLaren Senna's 1988 classic Haggerty F1 car. So yeah, we'll hit the track with that a little bit more tomorrow, but we're going to continue this grind to try and get that Mercedes-Benz. But yeah,